And here's Tommy Helms. In the number 2 spot of the order. I'm going to be resuming this game very shortly where we picked up.
Essex.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Oh, Greetings, everybody. Jeffrey Goodman. I'm back, and I'm going to make a little more coffee and then resume this ball game. It is 4-0 Houston, and George Culver will indeed be the next pitcher. Oh. And I want to thank you all for rejoining us. I'm having a little bit of a connectivity issue here. I don't know if any of you are. Maybe it'll clear up in a little bit. It's clearing up now, okay. There it is. Let me just make the coffee and we will get started here. Let me just make the Just a little more for the afternoon. And then I'll move it on to the other stuff. I don't care. Just don't frickin' care. This goddamn thing. Hi, Kathy. Better. Okay, Culver has come in after Alex Johnson pinch hit in the fifth. He's the third Reds pitcher. Meanwhile, LeMaster has shut out the Astros through four innings. And it's going to be Jimmy Wynn to lead it off here, bottom of the fifth. Here's Culver now, the right-hander, and the pitch to Wynn. 5'11", right-handed, he walked him. That could be trouble. That's Last thing you want to do, he's 1-17. Culver is a -5. Wow. With bench, make him a 1-12. With a lead and not being held 1-12, that's not borderline. They are not going to hold him. He's got the lead, and it is a 1-12. He's got the lead. Wait a minute. 1-17, -5, 1-12. Not being held. And that's the way that's working out. So win, not being held. And here's Norm Miller. And we have a seventh inning double shot. Thank God. Thank God. So appreciative that you came prepared. Norm Miller steps in. Culver has allowed Win on first to lead it off. It is 4-0 Houston. And if I remember, I will have a programming note after this inning. It's Culver now. The pitch to Miller. 4-8 left-handed, flies it to left field for Beaucamp. And he makes the catch. And that's one out. Now it's looking better. Nothing is a catastrophe. There may be difficulties, but nothing is a catastrophe. Until it becomes a catastrophe. But it hasn't. Here's Kurt Leffery now with Win on first. Again, not being held. Okay, Culver from the stretch. That's 3-4. It's a ballpark slash against the right-hander. And it's a 1. That's going through, no doubt about it. On a 3-4 slash in Houston. That's a slick infield anyway. It's 1-16. And that will be a base hit going through. And Win goes to second. So Houston Astros continue to mount an offense here. And now here's the Red Robin, Doug Rader. Culver already in trouble here in his first inning. Okay, here's Culver now trying to get something here, maybe a double play. The pitch to Rader. That's going to be a 2-3 right-handed. He grounds it to short. Now that's going to be 2-3 right-handed. Ground ball short A, but it's first and second. It's going to be a 2, and it will be a double play to end the inning. Let's score that Cheney to Helms to May, and the side is retired. So no runs, the walk, the single, the inning-ending double play hit by the Red Robin. We've gone 5 here, and it's still a 4-0 ball game. Now the coffee is brewing. LeMaster's first endurance is not until the 7th. I'm going to let that coffee finish brewing here. As soon as I have my programming note all set, I will be very pleased to share it with you. There will be a premiere rebroadcast at 5:30 p.m. Eastern. 5:30 p.m. Eastern. As you know, I know my limitations. Here's Lee May now. May is 0 for 2. LeMaster now. And the pitch to May. 5-8 right-handed, and he grounds it to second X. That's from Morgan. I'm sorry. I confuse Morgan because he was with the Reds sometime. That's Helms at 223, actually better than Morgan. Actually, it is Morgan. I'm so sorry. Lee May is the batter. Look at me. 323. 323, 13-3. It's a G2. Picked up by Morgan. E23, 489. And he throws him out. And that is the first out of the inning. Sounds like the coffee is ready. Don't count these Reds out. They have explosive bats. Reds, 2 games over 500. In 4th place, 1 1/2 games behind the Houston Astros. The premiere tonight. Because lots of people didn't see some games and would not know to even look for them. So I get a lot of people who give me feedback on them and they like them. Okay, we got the coffee here. Here's Perez, 1 out, nobody on. I just wanted to share with everybody that our Strat-O-Matic community friend David, also known as Baseball Demos, lost his dog, Gracie. Gracie, his dog, has passed away. You can go to his page and check out his video losing my dog Gracie, and we send him our deepest condolences. I sent mine already. And may Gracie's memory be a blessing. Okay, here's Perez with 1 out, nobody on. LeMaster just going through very nicely here. Throwing shutout baseball. Here's the pitch to Perez. That's going to be 6-9 right-handed. He struck him out. And that is the third strikeout for LeMaster today. 2 down. It's 4-0 Houston. Again, my premiere is at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time, U.S. And will be posted in a little bit. It takes a while sometimes. It takes another good half hour and it'll be ready for at least being visible. Here's Bench with 2 outs, and my goal is to get through the afternoon and get to that coveted 5:30 mark. Take Klonopin and relax and enjoy the ball game. Here's LeMaster now, and the pitch to Bench. 5-5 right-handed, he struck him out. So LeMaster really special today. That's his 4th strikeout. A 5-5 on the right-handed. And that will retire the side. One, two, three. And on that note, we'll take a little break, 2 or 3 minutes. You know, sometimes that is about how long it is between innings, right? In real world baseball. And I will be back. Just going to get a little fresh air here. I hope you're enjoying the ball game. Remember, we have a double shot during our 7th inning stretch. Whatever comes comes up, I'll deal with it. I'll struggle with it. I'll deal with it. I will find solutions. However it works. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. And appreciate you all being here. Here's Culver now in his second inning of relief. Again, we have a double shot middle of the seventh. It'll be Marty Martinez to lead it off. This could be Culver's final inning. Here's Culver. And the pitch to Martinez. It's 6-11. That's hit, that's a ballpark blast, but he has W power all along the board. And I don't even think that's going to go through for a single two asteroids in Houston with a left-handed switch hitter left-handed. No, it's not. It's going to be a long fly ball to right field, caught by Rose at the warning track. It's a long ways out there. Balls do not carry very well. There's no wind in the Astrodome, I guess. I guess there's some movement of air because air is not stagnant. So I guess there's no such thing as no air movement. I guess there's circulation with the air conditioning. But that one was caught by Rose. Here's Johnny Edwards now. 4-0. Astros. Culver, the third Reds pitcher today. Here's the pitch to Edwards. That's 3-5 right-handed. He struck him out. And that's the first strikeout by Culver on a 3-5 right-handed. And now it's Denny LeMaster. LeMaster 0 for 1, walked and scored on the 2-run home run by Morgan back in the third. Okay, here's Culver now. And the pitch to LeMaster. It's 1-4, and he struck him out. And that's a 1-2-3 for Culver in his second inning of relief. We've gone 6. It's still 4-0 Houston, but again, don't count these Reds out. And I'm telling you, Tolan is available. But we didn't use him as LeMaster is a left-hander, but I'm pretty confident that Tolan is actually, he looks almost better against left-handers. My goodness. Maybe not quite. No, maybe not quite, but no. Well, maybe it's very close. I don't like to analyze cards. Jim Beauchamp, Beauchamp, B-Camp. Maybe someone can help me with this sometime. We'll lead it off top of the 7th, and when we wait, we're going to have the 7th inning stretch. And look forward to that. And I think that's the time I'm going to do my seventh inning stretch situation. Here's Beauchamp now. Wait a minute, that was the side. You see? You see, that's distraction, that's poor concentration. That was the side. So we're heading to the we're heading to the top of the 7th. Actually, oh, I'm sorry. So sorry. Look at me. It is the top of the 7th. Beauchamp leading it off. Look at me. Look at silly frickin' me. Here's LeMaster facing Beauchamp. LeMaster, 6 shutout innings thus far. Here's the pitch. That's 6'9", right-handed. Struck him out. That's 3 in a row. He's getting stronger here in Welcome to Philip. Welcome to Philip. We hope you had a good birthday. Here's Ted Savage now. Your Reds are losing, it's true, Philip. Here's LeMaster now. And the pitch to Savage. That's 1-6. Left-handed, walked him. So Savage is on. That's the third pass that LeMaster has given up. It was a 1-6 left-handed. So Savage is on. Look at him. 20. LeMaster -1, 1-19, being held 1-17. He is being held. Now he's going to try for the lead with no risk. And no, he does not get it. So Savage being held, that makes him, well, he is, he'll continue to be held because if we unhold him, he gets the lead. So Savage being held at first. Here's Darryl Cheney. This is LeMaster's first endurance inning. LeMaster from the stretch. Pitch to Cheney, 6'4", switch hitter, batting right. Grounds it to short. If they're held, I don't think that comes into play. That does not come into play. And that's going to be a grounder to short, 6'4". Double play. And the side is retired. So LeMaster maintains his shutout. And now I ask you all to, let me get my music, Kathy. In redoing this, I misplaced my music here. Now we got two coming here, and let's make it nice. Let's savor it, Kathy. Let's make it nice and leisurely. But you do it at your pace, of course, that you really want to. Kathy Harden with the first 7th inning stretch question. Here it is. In Flanders Fields is a poem which inspired the tradition of wearing and planting of poppies, a battle in which war inspired it. And Bill Ivamy calls it the Great War. Later known as World War II. It looks like it's a Bill Ivamy probably getting it. In Flanders Fields. Same thing, Bill Ivamy. And Bill Ivamy gets it, and we get a red. We get a red for both, again in the Memorial Day theme, Memorial Weekend theme. a red Mike and Ike for both Kathy Harden and Bill Ivamy. And of course it is a double shot. I wish they could just go on all day though, Kathy. Just an awesome question. And folks, I believe there's going to be a second question coming up from Kathy Harden. And here it is. The annual biker rally in Washington, D.C. every Memorial Day is called what? I bet you Bill knows that. I don't know it. The annual biker rally in Washington, D.C. is called what? You leave it to Bill, he'll know it. If anybody else has a guess, please put it in. It raises awareness of prisoners of war and missing in action. That's a good thing? And it's called the Rolling Thunder. Oh boy, do I wish you had more questions, Kathy, because I love them. I know it takes a lot of effort. And folks, let's give it up for Kathy. Let's give it up. I ask us to show appreciation to those in our Strat-O-Matic network. And I have two definitions of Strat-O-Matic network. The first one is Strat-O-Matic network with a capital S and then a capital N, and that is this very network that you're experiencing right now. And I use the word, Bill, experience, because I want this more to be, I want this, I want this to be more than just merely watching or listening to a game of Strat-O-Matic. I want it to be an experience for people. And Kathy says, love to do it so it's not like work. Well, isn't that something? There's an old expression, labor of love. You know, I would say that I feel the same way about broadcasting these games. And boy, do I wish they could go on. But they can't. They even Kathy has limitations. But as I was saying, I use the term Strat-O-Matic network. The first usage was capital S and then capital N, and that is this network, only because it's a proper name. Do you know how they'll sometimes say Democrat, small d? They're not referring to the party. They're referring to the principle. Or they'll say Republican. Capital R, that's the party. Small. Strat-O-Matic network with a small s and an n, not to bring down, but it's not used as a proper name because the Strat-O-Matic network is a culture. It is not a proper name of a sort of a, I don't want to say finite, but a discrete entity. It is a culture. And the culture of Strat-O-Matic is about a lot more than Strat-O-Matic. By the way, this was some sort of cut I had over here. And I guess some blood dripped down, it got crusted, it's fine. This'll, whoops, yeah. We'll have to wash that off. Oh, I guess that was the big one right there, yeah. And then it dripped. Sometimes it looks worse than it is, yeah. Yeah, you get those. I went to a dermatologist, she told me this is just shit that you get when you get older. Like this scaly thing I have here. Oh, okay, Bill. All right, Bill, I'll quit picking. There's nothing to pick. That was, I was cleaning. That was all, that's no scab. That is just dripped, dried blood. This is where the picking could be done. Right there, and we'll leave that alone. Have you seen me touch this, Bill? So I want to make a clarification of this. And it's folklore. I don't know if it's true. but at a baseball game, maybe it was one of the games when he threw out the first pitch, of which I believe he really was the first president to do so. In the middle of the seventh, he got up and stretched. Quick trivia. And Bill, you say you're Canada. But you seem to know a lot about... No, I don't remember that. The question is, and this is impromptu, it's besides JFK, who is the only U.S. president buried in National Arlington? And I get a Mike and Ike to whoever can get that. Anybody at all. Because we're doing a memorial theme. Does anybody know? Bill Ivamy says Ike, and I'm sorry, that is no. And there's no Googling. No frickin' Googling, people. No Googling, people. Who is the only other president besides JFK to be buried in National Arlington National? We'll give you a hint. We'll give you a hint. Give you that hint. These frickin' people, their memory does live on. I'm surprised Kathy hasn't chimed in with anything. We got 9 people here. Bill Ivamy says TR, it's a good guess. He says TR, I say good guess, right answer, but for a different question. Please no Googling. Same. Grant is a great guess, and it is the right answer. Oh yeah, she's gonna be mad. And if you've seen her mad, sometimes she doesn't hold back with emojis. I'll tell you about this president. He got around. Andrew Johnson, absolutely not. I don't know where he's buried, but You let me know and I'll piss on it if I ever have the pleasure to come by. I'm not giving this one up, folks, and no Googling. Googling says Howard Taft. I hope you haven't been Googling, you know. I hope you shit haven't been Googling. I don't mean to be accusatory, but it is Taft. I told you he got around. He's noted for being the only U.S. president to, oh, you know, nothing gets by you, Bill. Okay? Freaking nothing gets by you. He gets around, and I'm going to tell you, he got around. I should have said that. He was the only U.S. president to also serve on the United States Supreme Court, which was his true aspiration. And he was the Chief Justice. And eventually he actually retired due to health. He's noted for many other things. He's noted for being his relationship with TR went from bad to good. This was, for its time, an amazing Republican Party. The Republican Party at the time, as you know, he was the chosen successor of TR. You know that Taft was, I'm going to go out on a limb and say he was a Republican. I mean, he could not have been a Democrat. Come on. It's just, if you're going to blow my mind, you might as well just blow my mind right now. Fucking. As TR was a Republican. You believe I can't find a frickin' thing quickly? Oh, Lord, I'm fucked up right now, folks. Yeah. But I am so fucked up right now. Oh, I guess that weed isn't good for me. Oh, Lord. That fucking weed. I don't know about his son being a kook. I know his son vied for the presidential nomination one year. I don't know which year it was, or even which party. Ow! Oh. Oh. And he also has the distinction for having the and I am not, some people say, well, this is not really relevant. Well, I in no way am into fat shaming. I want to get that clear. Oh, I got it. That's right, Bill. I want to be clear, though. He is considered to have the largest body mass index. And or the largest pounds, actual pounds. Trump, I believe, is second, even though he's lost weight now. Oh. He, but, you know, and because you can talk about things, you know, you can go with the shortest president. I mean, you know, who really gives too much of a shit about it? But you have your different trivia of presidents. Ike beat him out. Oh, let me see if I can get myself together here, folks. I think I can. Oh, God. I'll be right back. This is a very good game. I wouldn't want to. And I have a game tonight, a premiere, which I invite you from the past, September 9, 69. Played way back in January of this year. See how that's, oh, it's all set. It's all frickin', it's all frickin' set. That gives me some solace just to know that I have that. There it is. You can go to my landing page and see it. In fact, I'll put it up on the top. There. It is actually up on there. right there. And we've got a little different icon here for you this time. This is a 5:30 p.m. start, early enough. There's gonna be no great harm. Yeah, and here it is. Actually shows up right there. Yeah. Oh yeah. Sickness, if you will. Look at that. Pittsburgh Pirates at the Chicago Cubs. And like I had said, September 7th. I guess you would call it 2 weeks ago within the replay. We're on the 21st right now. I don't have mentions of who pitching. And this is ready to premiere in 4 hours. That's what it says. There's something kind of cool about doing something like that. Even though there are replays, some of you may not have been there, and you don't, but this is a replay of a replay. It's a replay of a live replay. And it's you can even do a notify me. You see that? Notification on. And we would consider this when Pittsburgh is in the middle of their they really have been holding on. I want to tell you something. The Pirates, I'm going to fall in love with them because I was rooting only for the Cardinals. So there'd be a race, but they don't seem to be making it a race here. Right now, as you can see. Um, 3 1/2 games. You're talking, folks, take a look. 8, 140, 150. 10 games left for the Pirates. Ten games left for the Pirates, and that's hard to believe. $80, 140, 150, 53. That means St. Louis only has 9 games left. And what's particularly bad is they're down by 4 in the loss column. That's hard to believe. 81, 40, 152. They have 10 left. Okay. So that's the way it looks right now. You don't have to be a complete downer about how something turns out, but because the Pirates because the Cardinals look like they're not going to take this. I mean, it would be as just like the Phillies collapse. It would be one of the biggest collapses in history. Uh, plus, but it could happen. Basically, Pirates have to lose every game. They got to lose four, and the Cards have to win four, and then the rest would be tied. But that is so remote, and plus, I think the Pirates are the better ball club. Uh, so I will jump on the Pirates because I mean, it's really awfully hard not to like the Pirates. When I watched the 71 World Series, it was really, really for the Pirates, sure. First of all, I'm an NL man, okay? I am a National League man. Doesn't mean I don't like the American League. We love the American League. They had some of the greatest: Ruth, Cobb, DiMaggio, Mantle, and I imagine many contemporaries that I wouldn't be really qualified to talk about, but I have always been an NL man. And I sure wanted the Pirates to beat the O's because the O's should have won in '69. They beat the Reds in 5 games in 1970. And they had 4 20-game winners this time. And should have beat the Pirates except for the fact that you had some great pitching from Steve Blass and one word, Roberto. That's that's my take. I remember they had that guy Bob Robertson at first. What a oh God! You want to talk about banality? Anyone remember Bob Robertson at first? I think he had Cash at second. I don't remember who their shortstop was, uh, but you had Pops out and left. Now he was not Pops yet. Anyway, so I'm going to be for the Pirates. This Pirates team has really been something awfully special this year. And I might want to just point out to you that Stargell has 34 homers. He's maybe right around where he was, maybe a little less. But Ellis has won 20 games. But this listing, as you can see, that the Giants, Marichal and Perry are 2 20-game winners. And Phil Niekro and Ron Reed. Well, Ron Reed has 19, I'm sorry. Okay. But the Giants. Yeah, he did. Okay, Joel Horland, yeah. Oh, he was a monster. Oh, Joel Horland, thank you for the correction. And that could make somebody he didn't have a good card this year, hasn't played much. In fact, he didn't look this good normally. This guy, he's still alive. I'm thinking of him how he looked when he was a bit older, and he was on this '69 team, folks. This might look more like Maybe this might look a little more. Maybe I thought of him as looking older than he was, but Joe Horland says he was a monster in the series. Then I love it. I love the correction. I love learning. He hit a big homer in game three. 3 home runs in a game in that series? Joel, are you shitting me? 3 home runs? Holy shit. Or was it a 3-run home run? Oh shit. What? Oh, Jackie Hernandez. He was a monster in the 71 playoff series. You know, you guys are making me think about all sorts of shit. I thought it was weird at age 13 and a half by the time the playoffs came. I thought it was weird that the Giants won the division. They didn't seem to be, to me, devastating. Oh yeah, he's asking Bill. Bill's an O's fan. Jeez. I remember, like, in 1971, seeing the Baltimore Orioles yearbook. I could go to Yankee Stadium. They sold the yearbooks for all teams. And they cost a bunch, and for a kid. But I remember the Orioles, I thought the cover was so great. You had a bad bottle of champagne, that 79, you know, I'll tell you the song We Are Family. Folks, I've talked about my musical interests, how the spectrum, the tent is so big. There's very little I don't like. I'm not a big fan of country, except some songs. There are some that I think are beautiful. Okay. And I'm not really a big fan of rap, but I've seen it being used to supplement what I would consider non-rap music pretty well. Not often, but pretty well. So, but otherwise, you know, I'm Zappa, I'm classical. And I go into classical. I can go into I like the Romantics, Tchaikovsky, Rachmaninoff, and of course the last. And there's a stereotype of him, folks. I've shown it before. Of Frédéric Chopin. It just is a fucking blowaway. I guess, you know, let me not be afraid. Okay, this guy frickin' died when he was like 40 something. Okay, he died at age 39. And there are different theories. Chopin, Ron, I'm hanging in. This is a stereotype taken in 1849. And he died this year. Okay, he freaking died in 1849. And if we could just go back in time for a moment and just imagine, this was Frederic. He was pretty attractive according to oil paintings that I've seen, or paintings, portraits. a pretty attractive guy. Here he is ill. 39 frickin' years old. I think his music, first of all, his funeral march, which was played at the JFK's funeral, and it was all horns, it was all brass, you know, it was all wind. There was, you know, and so in that way it was almost even more eerie. It is a quintessential funeral march. And during the pandemic, I always liked classical, but and then, you know, I think this is him. He's from the same era, I'm not going to say of Beethoven, okay? But, you know, they say dates aren't important, but sometimes they are. I'm a contrarian, you know? Sometimes dates are important because you want to know when someone lived within the period of maybe another's life or with historical events. But he's born 1810. That's freaking early, folks. That's almost the 18th century. I mean, that's 1810. You know, and he dies, I'm sorry, he dies 1849. Check this out. Beethoven. This, because I did some research, you know, during the pandemic, wanted to get these guys, 1810. This guy was born, Beethoven died when Chopin was 17 years old. And I bet you he knew of his work because I believe Chopin was a prodigy, a child prodigy. But he's friggin' born 1770, folks. This is before the Revolution, the first American Revolution. Okay, then you had the Civil War. And just think about it. And by the way, someone even younger, so can you get the feeling that Mozart is 17? Okay. When he dies, but you know who was preceded this guy? Mozart. And when the story goes, Mozart met a young Beethoven and was blown away. He just couldn't believe it. So you're going to see with Beethoven, born 1770, you see a Mozart who was born in 1756, 14 years his senior. And he frickin' only lived to age 35. Okay? He died in 1935. And I don't know if that's a wig or what that is. I didn't see Amadeus. But Mozart was blown away by, you see, so Mozart now, let's look at Mozart, 1756, only 14 years younger, but blown away by Beethoven. And Beethoven died at age 56. Now you realize life expectancy already was lower. Anyway, it's really grown a lot due to biomedicine and social change. Hearing loss. It's a wild man. Okay. And yeah, they call him the best. Maybe he was the best. He's not my favorite. My favorite is someone who followed Chopin. Well, yes, there was sheet music. There was sheet music by these people. These people truly were geniuses. These were really better than rock stars. Okay? I wish I could play some of the music. But I think they're both Russians. But Tchaikovsky, who, by the way, is my last, it's just kind of coincidental. Here I am on X. I have not made a post since the 7th. And it just coincidentally had to be the birth date of Tchaikovsky, who maybe to me, he's not my favorite, but if you want to look at when he was born, you know, you ask good questions, Bill, and I did a little research. I think some of them did with performances, but I think a lot of them, this is an uneducated guess, a lot of them gave lessons and, I don't know, worked in other capacities and made money that way, but you'd have to research it. It's a great question, and this is on Tchaikovsky, born 1840. So what we see now is comparing now a Tchaikovsky born 1840 to a Frédéric Chopin dying in 1849. So he's only 9 years old. Oh, here he is. Gotta have two open here. And he died at 53. They think he died of cholera, caused by drinking unboiled water at a local restaurant. Cholera, a infection that if goes untreated could kill you. I don't think it's, and there's plenty of photography. Born in 1840, so the daguerreotype was already, these are probably some of his influences, but my man, this is a really intense picture of him. But my man is Rachmaninoff. And so we look at finally the 1840 birth of Tchaikovsky. And dying in 1893, which is pretty damn late. And he actually composed music up to pretty late, up to the point. You know, he did the Nutcracker. To me, his Romeo and Juliet overture is my favorite. The overture fantasy is my favorite. It's really worth listening to. But my man is Rachmaninoff only because he's more accessible to me. And some of his music is just a blow away. He is the last, in my opinion. Now, I'm not an expert. He's born in 1873, so he's 40 years later, after the birth of Tchaikovsky. But he died in 1943 at age 69, which is older than anybody else. Tchaikovsky died in 1893. Again, he's 40 years younger. You've got to realize this is a whole different generation. This guy, first of all, I think he was very tall, and his hands were huge. And the photography on this guy is really something. Go listen to some of his shit. I'm sure you have, but I mean, really, look for the best. Google. He was a prodigy. Here he is at age 10. Born a genius. Born in St. Petersburg, Russia. The date of this one. I'll be back in a couple minutes. It's a good question. You know, if you look in the biographies of these people, Bill, they'll tell you, but the basic feel I get it is not so much for the music rights or I don't know. I think maybe performances, but I think also a lot of them tutored, were instructors. I believe Rachmaninoff was what's called a virtuoso. And I don't know what that means exactly, except to be a virtuoso pianist. I could be wrong. Which is like the highest level you can be. He was a virtuoso pianist, which means virtuoso, I guess virtue. It comes from virtue. the Latin virtus, virtue, excellence, or skill, one who possesses outstanding talent and technical ability in a particular art or field, such as fine arts, music, singing, playing a musical instrument, or composition. But he was an actual, not only was he in composition, his playing, a virtuoso pianist, not composer, pianist. And of course, his compositions will just, blow your mind. Folks, I'm going to take a break for a few minutes, see if I can get my shit together and stop being paranoid and finish this ball game. Okay? Thanks a lot. Thank you so very much. As soon as I get into that, I'll be okay. Oh. let's get this game going. No matter what it is, I'll deal with it. No matter what the fucking problem is, I'll deal with it. For nothing, Astros. Astros doing their thing. They are, I say, by the way, big red for the big great Kathy Harden questions. Well, it's going to be Culver. He gets to pitch yet another inning because Pedro Porbone is warming. I'm so sorry. Bourbon was on another team. Pedro Ramos. Ramos warming 5.23. And here's Morgan to lead it off. 4-0 Astros. Here's Culver now. Let's see if we can do this. 5-8 left-handed walked him. Well, here we go again. Morgan, Culver a minus frickin' 5. Wow. Well, that's going to put a cramp here. 1-14. Being held. 1-12 with a lead. No, thank you for nothing. Hey, here's Jesus now. You learn a lot as a kid. You know, I said to my mother, what's the story with this guy and other guys named Jesus? And she said, it's Jesus. It's pronounced Jesus. And then I guess I thought, well, there's people named Muhammad, there's people named Moses. I don't know if Moses was a leader. But here's Jesus now. Culver from the stretch. That'll be a 1-3 right-handed. Grounds it to third. That's clean. Forced Morgan. And Jesus is on first base. And here comes the toy cannon. Jimmy Wynn 0 for 2, struck out twice and walked left on. Culver steps off the mound for a moment, grabbing some resin, putting his hat back on. His cap, tightening it up. Stepping on the mound from the stretch. with Jesus on first one out, and Culver looks in, and he said, that's a 1-8, right-handed, walked him. Oh, you walked him. I'll get through the problems. We have a top of the 8th, oh thank the Lord for getting me through this, Kathy. Thank the Lord. Folks, I wish I believed in God. Part of me wishes. Can you get into the sort of the nuance and complexity of the idea that when I say part of me, or in some ways, I wish I believed in God, someone would say, well, then just do it, Jeff. Well, that's easier said than done. I'm agnostic. But I'm going to tell you there's a lot of frickin' suffering in this frickin' world. There's a lot of frickin' suffering. I don't care what any of you say. A lot of frickin' suffering. So it's first on second one out. Here's Miller now. Norman 1 for 3, singled, scored. Knocked in by the Red Robin. And Norman, you got some very interesting characters on this team, this Houston team. You have Boughton, first of all, who was writing the book, and he had written already a lot about Seattle, but he also ended up writing about Houston. You have Blefary, who was became terribly ill with multiple. Oh, is it the Red Rooster? Oh, he is the Red Rooster. That's right. That is a big difference. That is one hell of a big frickin' difference here. You know, when you really line it up together. And that's what I love about this program. That you get to be educated. I mean, I would say there's an enormous contrast between a freaking Red Rooster and a oh Lord. It's, maybe some of you don't really appreciate it, but now I learned. Doug Rader was the Red Rooster. He was not the Red Robin. Thank you. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Yep. Really, really dig it. Oh, appreciate it very much. Red Rooster it is. And here's Miller, first and second, one out now. This is Culver's third inning. He's handling himself, see if he can get out of this. Pitch to Miller. He's due up next inning. 6'10", left-handed. Oh, fly ball center X. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. 6'10". Yeah, it is a fly ball center X. I am so sorry. Yeah. And that's going to be for Savage, a 4-7 in for Tolan. A 4-7. That is, 4-7. Whoa. 9-4. That's an S2. That's a frickin' S2. That's, disgusting. It's 8, and he is an E7 in frickin' center field. And so it is a D2 double scoring Jesus. And Wynn goes to third. And Culver has reached fatigue. Culver has reached fatigue. Yes, he has. And here comes the manager out to the mound. He in his third inning here, 1, 2, 3. And Kurt Blefary, a man very infirm. You want to talk about sadness of the lives that people have. And we're going to see who's coming in here. It's going to be Pedro Ramos, who was supposed to come in after a pinch hitter in the top of the 8th. But Pedro Ramos is who is warmed. Culver ends up 2 1/3 and sets up a very, very, well, he's already allowed a run. Walked 3, struck out 2, and has allowed 1 run thus far. It is 5-0. It is a Houston ball game, and Pedro Ramos is ready, and here's Kurt Blefary, and then you have Rader. I'm talking about some of the idiosyncrasies of this Houston team. You had Bouton. You had Blefary, who, I'll tell you, I always thought well of Blefary as a able to hit. Okay, when he was with the Orioles, I think he had some good years, but he became ill, very ill, with multiple conditions. And Ramos is ready. It's a second and third situation. I mean, that's a pretty lousy situation with 1 out. And here's Blefary now. Ramos. That's a 1-5, and that is a non-clutch base hit. And 2 runs will come in. Blefary knocking in 2. And that's going to be all 3. They're charged to Culver, and it's going to make it a 7-0 ball game. That's exactly what that was, no doubt about it. 1-5 right-handed single, a non-clutch. Don Wilson. Yeah, I don't know what his thing was. I mean, his cause of death was tragic. He was intoxicated and left the. But let me don't remind me to get back to. The Red Rooster. I got a story to tell. I know you've heard it, and I know you've heard me tell it at least multiple times. Blefary is on with just one out, 1-15. Ramos. Oh, what is Ramos? Look at that, +6, being saved by bench makes him just a +2. Isn't that something? A +6 hold, Ramos. And bench with a -4 makes him a +2. It's not so bad. But Blefary with a lead is a 1-17. Being held 1-15. Whoa, how inviting. They're going to hold him. They're going to frickin' hold him. But he's going for the lead, even with the 10 on a 7-0 ball game. Let's give Kurt a chance to do some stuff here. The poor Kurt Blefary, who died, I knew a member of his family, okay? Not well, but enough for them to talk to me about it. How sad it was. How sad it was. Blefary being held a 1-17, 1-15 with a lead. And he's going for the lead. And he does not get the lead. Okay. So he is not going to go. And that's Wilson threw your first Strat no-hitter. Way back in 73, boy, is that a memory? Joel, what a memory. Oh, hope you don't mind me just verbalizing it rather than texting. I'm just a little bit tired. But yeah, love that super advanced stealing. Got a hold on him, he ain't going. And here comes the Red Rooster. Well, we were talking about the Red Rooster. Story has it, if you read Ball 4, which I haven't since I read it as a kid, that for some reason there was a birthday cake in the clubhouse, the Houston clubhouse. Must have been someone's birthday, okay? I may not be an Einstein, but it was obviously someone's birthday. Maybe it was his. He shit on it. Literally, defecated on the cake. And I assume that's in public. And, my bar mitzvah was 71. But my whole life is a tragedy. My whole life is a tragedy. And, I don't know. I don't want to psychoanalyze that, but there's something wrong there. Okay, there's something really, really wrong about that. And he never denied it. In fact, in an interview, he once made reference to he tires of always being asked about that. He did not deny it. It's Bleffery on first. Here's the Red Rooster. That's going to be 112. Right-handed. Oh, we got him caught off the base, the Rooster, in a rundown. It's line out short max. That's line to Cheney, and had Bleffery running on that, and threw it over to second, and he ran him down, and then threw it over to finally to May to tag him out for the double play. It was a rundown. And if you're scoring at home, that was a 6-4-3. It was lined right to the Rooster, lined it. Very sharply to short, and he got caught off. Bleffery was running. He thought it was probably a base hit. And it was over to Helms, and then finally Helms just tossed it to May with Bleffery running toward first, and that's an inning-ending double play. But 3 more runs in this ball game, and we're heading to the 8th. Oh Lord, we have a question. Look at that! Isn't that beautiful? I was going to do a programming note, but that can wait because I have a premiere tonight. We have a question from Kathy Harden. Let me get my music straight here. I hope she hasn't posted it yet. I have a particular ambiance that I use for this. Someone said it's scary. I think it's suspenseful. And here you go. Wait for it now. Wait for it from Kathy Harden now. Oh, Kathy, make it a great one. Make it a great one, will you? Kathy Harden. With the question of the top of the 8th here. What song is associated with Memorial Day is always played at ceremonies? Whoa, that one, you know, I'm wondering if that's almost opinion or what. Oh, yes. Joel Horland says Taps. That's got to be it. It's got to be frickin' Taps. Whoa, Joel Horland. That's frickin' Taps. Okay. Does anybody remember seeing the, you can see it on YouTube, the military man playing taps at JFK's funeral? Oh, God help me. A red Mike and Ike for Joel and Kathy on that one. 7-0 Houston, and well, it's Denny LeMaster, and there will be a hitter for Ramos. Obligatory. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and a third. He did get the double play there. And Jack Fisher will come in next inning. What lucky pitcher bench gets to catch a +3, a -4, be a -1. And let's see who's hitting. It's going to be Bobby Tolan. Bobby Tolan, who pinch hit in tomorrow's game. And he also has, I think I spoke about this earlier, this is the second part, I believe, of this ball game. I believe this is, continuation. That Johnson has a groin injury. So does Tolan. Just a coincidence. And yes, it is lefty. Don't at me, please. 7-0 LeMaster throwing the shutout in his second endurance inning. Here's the pitch to Tolan. That's 6-8, left-handed, walked him. Now remember, he can reach endurance. Tolan is a 1-17. 1-16, 1-14 with the lead, borderline. Automatically gets the lead. Being held. And he was not being held. I am so sorry, he was not being held. I know that seems weird to some of you, but that's the way I do it with that house rule. And that makes him a 1-17, a 16. And I'm still not going. And you may say, well, why? And I'm saying, first of all, it's 7-0. Second thing is, I just don't want to. Okay? I just don't want to right now. Okay? Have you ever had that? Tolan on first to lead it off. Here's Rose. It's a big deficit. 7-0. LeMaster, though, with the shutout. Here's the pitch to Rose. 4-6 right-handed, pops it up to short. Oh, it's a beauty for Martinez. Switch hitter batting right-handed, and he makes the catch. 1 down, keeping Rose 0 for 4 today, LeMaster. LeMaster going for his 9th win of the season. He won 13 in real world. The Astros trying to increase their lead over Cincinnati by 2 1/2 games. Houston, 6 games over 500, already their best season ever in franchise history. They were 81 and 81 in real world, which was their best. Here's Helms, 1 out, Tolan on first, not being held, not going. And he's got the lead. Actually, wait a minute, did I roll for the lead? Did I roll for the lead? Oh no, he's automatically with the lead because he's not being held. I did not roll for the lead. I better not have. I better not frickin' not have done that. If anybody picked up on that, it sure would be appreciated. But I'm gonna do a replay just to make sure that he did not get the lead. This is a what you call a sort of a Mike Hargrove tomorrow's game situation session being held. Wait a minute. Now remember, he can reach endurance. Tolan is a 1 to 17, 1 to 16, 1 to 14 with the lead, borderline. If held. Not holding. Automatically gets the lead. Not holding. Gets the lead. Right. Being held. And it's a 1 to 16. And he was not being held. I am so sorry, he was not being held. I know it seems weird to so that's what it's a very, very, it's the way the, some of you may say, and that makes it's a very, very, sort of complicated, self-referential kind of thing that I have to deal with sometimes on the super advanced to really wrap your head around it, that he is not being held, and moreover, he's not going. Shit, he's not going. It's 1 out, Tolan on, Helms at the plate here. That's going to be 3-6 left-handed, fly ball center. And Win under it makes the catch 2 away. So LeMaster with Lee May, I mean, you're sure not going to steal here. You're going to see if May can pound one out, but they're down by 7 freaking runs here. Oh. Okay, here's the pitch to May now. 3-8 left-handed. Oh, it's deep. Oh, that shit is deep and it's gone. A 3-8 left-handed clean blast by Lee May. I guess it's not easy to shut these Reds out. Tolan comes home, who waited patiently. A 2-run blast. You can look at it for yourself. It's 3-8 home run. That's as clean as a babe's ass. Okay. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. That is home run number 28 for Lee May. He had 38, so he's a bit under the range there. Actually, that's number 28. little bit under. 38 home runs in the real world. And Lemaster shaking it off here. 2 outs. He is 1 hit or walk away from fatigue. Boughton was used in this game in real world. And Boughton is warming. Boughton is warming now. He's shaking it off, and he is off the mound. He's getting some resin. He's touching himself in all over, in all different places, because that's part of his ritual there. And he gets back on the mound. It's a 7-2 ball game. Here's Lemaster now, trying to get out of this. Finish this up. And the pitch to Tony. There it is, 4-8, right-handed, fly ball center. It's high, and it's playable by the toy cannon. And the side is retired. So I should say he fared pretty well there, Denny Lemaster. He sure did. I think he did very well that inning. You may have different... some of you may have a different, I don't know. But that was 7-2 now. Okay, it's going to be a new pitcher, Jack Fisher, coming in. And Jack Fisher is taking his warm-ups. Don't tell me this is the same freaking Jack Fisher who played on the Mets, for Christ's sakes. You kidding me? This guy was like, and he's still alive. Let's just make sure we're talking about the same Jack Fisher here. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. This was his final year. Played on the Mets a bunch of years. It's Jack Fisher. Coming in from the bullpen, and there'll be a slight break in the action here. He had a 5.50 ERA, 113 innings. He got 15 frickin' starts. And I would say was ineffective, generally an ineffective season. He was 4-4. I guess that's all right. He had a save. Not exactly my favorite choice. And he has made his way to the mound. It's funny how they groom it, to their liking. And Fisher is taking his warm-ups right now. New pitcher. It'll be Martinez, Edwards, and LeMaster. I'm sure he'll get a big hand from the hometown crowd. Even though he let up a 2-run home run to Lee May, someone's going to clip you. Someone's going to hit you on this Reds team. More than likely. But he's going to come out and pitch tonight. Whoa, so sorry about that. Doing my best. I do have a programming note. I have a frickin' programming note here for tonight. A premiere at 5:30 p.m. It will be a rebroadcast of a game that was played in January of this, in real world, January of this year. September 7, Pirates at the Cubs. Let it be a surprise who's pitching. That starts at 5:30. And it looks like Jack Fisher is ready. Shows you it takes a good 2 weeks to. It takes, 4 months to do 2 weeks. 4 frickin' months. Here's Martinez leading it off. A happy day in the Astrodome. Here's Fisher now. 4-9 switch hitter. Batting left, flies to left. And Beauchamp. Makes the catch on a 4-9 left-handed. Beauchamp. Here comes Edwards now. Okay, Fisher. And the pitch to Edwards. That's 6-8, left-handed. Whoa. That's hit well to right by Edwards. But Rose catching up with it at the warning track, right before the warning track, 2 down. Now listen to the big hand for LeMaster when he's announced. Johnny LeMaster. Oh, big hand from the crowd here in Houston. LeMaster steps in with 2 outs and nobody on. Here's Fisher now. One 5 and he struck him out. So Fisher does a 1-2-3, and this is it, folks. This is what we've been waiting for. The top of the 9th. Denny LeMaster for the complete game win, number 9 on the season. It will be Bench, Beauchamp, and Savage. Bench, Beauchamp, and Savage. Here's Johnny Bench leading it off. Okay, LeMaster now with Beauchamp on deck. The pitch to Bench. That's going to be 2-8 left-handed. And it's hit deep by Bench. Oh, my. And that is gone. Wow, that just blasted out of here. That lifted right off his bat on a 2-8. 1-14, again, clean. It did have the split there. And that's going to make it a 7-3 ball game. it. No sweat. According to LeMaster. Looks like Edwards came out trying to settle him down. Now here comes the Red Rooster coming to the mound, trying to settle things down here. Come on. That's number 22 for bench. Number 22 for bench. Yeah, probably had a 29 or 28 or something. 26 he had at 45 the next year. And here's Beauchamp. Now LeMaster has stepped off the mound. He's spoken to the Red Rooster. He's spoken to his catcher. And he's taking a little resin, and he's going to come out here now. Nobody out. One more hit or walk, and he has reached fatigue, folks. I want to let you know, and Boughton is ready. Here's Beauchamp now. The pitch from LeMaster. 5'11", right-handed, grounds to first X. May 312. Oh, 5'11", right-handed, grounder to May, a 312. .312. That is a re-roll. That was a tough call. 312, 11, 3. It's a G2. May gets it. 611, 13 May on a 12. That does not smell right. 611, 13 with an E12. That smells like rotten eggs to me. No, he takes it to the frickin' bag. For an out. So Beauchamp is retired. Beauchamp grounds to May. Denny would love to get out of this with a 3 runs, 7-3 game. Let up a couple of homers. All right, what else do you expect? Here's Savage now. This guy is Savage. LeMaster now. the windup and the pitch to Savage. That is 6-7 right-handed. Struck him out. No fatigue. Number 6 for LeMaster. Some people have left the ballpark, but many have stayed to watch this. I think a very nice pitching performance by Denny LeMaster as Darrell Cheney is the batter here. Darrell Cheney gets to come up here with 2 outs and nobody on here in a 7-3 ball game. And here comes Cheney now. Okay, LeMaster. Shakes off a sign. Here's LeMaster, the windup and the pitch to Cheney. That's going to be 4-4, switch hitter batting right. Oh, it's a slash. Oh, but it's a 19. Oh, switch hitter batting right. Right-handed slash. And that is caught by shortstop Martinez, and this ball game is over. LeMaster with the win. Getting Cheney. Denny LeMaster. There's your finals. Houston 7, Cincinnati 3. He went all the way. The loss goes to Nolan. We'll wrap this up later. I'll finish it up. Thank you for being here. And if this was not enough, make sure you check out my my ball game premiere. The Pirates at the Cubs, September 7, 1969 replay, recorded back in January. Take care, everybody.